It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Your cat has a perfectly plush, expensive bed sitting completely empty in the corner of the room. Yet here they are curled up tightly against your legs, or perhaps draped heavily across your pillow. Most people assume it is just about the heat, thinking their cat is simply using them as a convenient breathing heating pad. But feline behavioral science tells a completely different, almost magical story. What your cat is actually doing when they choose to sleep next to you is one of the most profound expressions of vulnerability and absolute trust in the animal kingdom. They are communicating a secret message that most cat owners completely miss. It has very little to do with temperature and everything to do with their deepest survival instincts. So let's begin by unpacking the biggest myth of all, the truth about warmth. 1. The truth about warmth. Picture your living room on a quiet winter evening. The thermostat is set to a comfortable 72 degrees. For you, it's perfectly cozy. But for your feline companion, it's practically a gentle winter chill. Science tells us that a cat's thermoneutral zone, the temperature where they don't have to expend extra energy to stay warm, is surprisingly high, hovering between 86 and 97 degrees Fahrenheit. So yes, your cat is absolutely seeking heat, but here is where the story shifts. If warmth were the only goal, they have far better options. They could easily curl up next to a space heater or tuck themselves into a perfectly insulating cardboard box, which traps heat beautifully. Instead, they bypass the radiator and the box to seek out a living, breathing body. They choose the rhythmic rise and fall of your chest and the steady thrum of your heartbeat. This isn't just about absorbing ambient temperature. It's a deliberate choice for physiological connection. They aren't just getting warm, they are syncing their life force with yours. But to truly grasp the magnitude of this nightly ritual, we must look past the thermometer and peer into the shadows of their ancient ancestry, where simply closing their eyes was the most dangerous gamble of all. 2. The paradox of vulnerability. Imagine the wild ancestors of your house cat. Out in the vast, unforgiving desert, falling asleep is a terrifying risk. Because felines are both stealthy predators and potential prey, their deepest survival instinct dictates one golden rule for rest: hide. This is exactly why they are so biologically obsessed with cardboard boxes, high shelves, and dark closets. They crave a secure fortress where absolutely nothing can sneak up on them while they are unconscious. Now look at your bed. There are no walls, no camouflage. Just a wide-open mattress shared with a creature who is 15 times their size and moves unpredictably in the dark. By pure feline logic, sleeping out in the open belly, exposed, leaning heavily against your leg, makes absolutely no sense. It goes completely against thousands of years of evolutionary caution. Yet they do it anyway. When your cat abandons their hardwired instinct to hide and chooses your exposed bed instead, they are offering you the highest compliment in the animal kingdom: absolute surrender. You are their fortress now. But this surrender isn't just a quiet psychological choice. When their small body presses against yours in the dark, a silent, invisible symphony begins to play, a rhythmic energy that fundamentally alters the chemistry of both your brains. 3. The chemical bond and healing frequencies. As you settle into the pillows and the room goes dark, you might catch your cat looking at you in the dim light. Unlike dogs who stare with wide eyes, to bond, a cat communicates their absolute trust through a slow, deliberate blink. When you softly blink back, you trigger something extraordinary, an interspecies release of oxytocin, the love hormone. But the magic doesn't stop with brain chemistry. It becomes profoundly physical. Suddenly you feel a low, rhythmic vibration pressing against your side. They start to purr. This isn't just a sound of contentment. It is a highly specialized biological mechanism. Science shows that a cat's purr resonates at a frequency between 25 and 140 Hertz. Remarkably, this exact frequency range has been clinically shown to lower human blood pressure, decrease stress, and even promote the healing of tissues and bones. It is almost like a natural form of internal energy work, a quiet, resonant power that calms your autonomic nervous system as you sleep. They are literally vibrating at a frequency that heals you from within. But as you drift off to sleep, the specific way they drape their body across yours isn't random either. What if I told you that the exact spot they choose to lay is actually a secret map pointing directly to their deepest instincts? 4. Decoding sleep positions. You wake up to find fur brushing against your nose, because your cat is sleeping with their back turned squarely to your face. It feels like a subtle insult, doesn't it? But in the wild, the back is a feline's ultimate blind spot, the most vulnerable area for a surprise attack. By turning their tail to you and looking the other way, they are effectively deputizing you as their personal bodyguard. They are saying, "I trust you to watch my back while I rest." What if your feline friend insists on burrowing deep under the blankets? This behavior upgrades their primal need for an enclosed hiding space. Your heavy blankets perfectly simulate the secure pressure-relieving walls of a cardboard box, but with one massive added benefit: it is completely infused with your concentrated comforting scent. And if you live in a multi-pet household where one cat sleeps on your chest while the other takes the living room sofa, please don't feel guilty. The sofa cat doesn't love you any less. In their complex social structure, this is a soft territorial division. The cat on the sofa is often acting as the silent sentinel, keeping a watchful eye over the extended territory while the family rests. They have mapped out the perfect physical space around you. But what happens when their nighttime presence starts to feel less like a comforting embrace and more like a midnight alarm clock you never set? 5. Sleep quality and boundaries. We all know the feeling. It's 4 a.m. and your peaceful slumber is suddenly interrupted by a cold, wet nose, a paw rhythmically kneading your shoulder, or a vocal demand for an early breakfast. You cherish the bond, but let's be honest, your rest is suffering. Clinical sleep trackers show that sharing a bed with a feline does cause micro-awakenings throughout the night. Yet paradoxically, older adults consistently report feeling more secure, comforted, and deeply rested with their cat nearby. That is because your autonomic nervous systems are actually co-regulating in the dark. So, how do we protect your delicate sleep cycle without breaking this beautiful connection? The answer lies in building a virtual box. You don't need to banish them behind a closed bedroom door, which only causes stress. Instead, place a shallow basket, a structured blanket fort, or a dedicated heated pad right at the foot of your mattress or beside your pillow. This brilliantly satisfies their primal urge for a secure enclosed hiding spot while maintaining that shared healing proximity. You finally get your uninterrupted rest, and they get their safe fortress. However, what happens when a feline friend who has slept by your side for years suddenly vanishes into the cold shadows under your bed? When a deeply ingrained nighttime ritual shatters overnight, it isn't just a whimsical change of feline preference. It is a silent, urgent alarm bell ringing in the dark, and ignoring the smoke could let the fire burn out of control. 6. When the routine changes. You have shared this beautiful, comforting bedtime ritual for years. Then almost out of nowhere, your aging companion stops coming to bed. You might find them sleeping under the nightstand or staying curled up on the cold living room rug. It is incredibly easy to feel a little heartbroken, thinking they simply don't want your affection anymore, or that they have suddenly grown aloof. But for a senior cat, a sudden shift in a deeply established routine is a silent, urgent alarm. It is often the very first behavioral sign of feline cognitive dysfunction, the kitty equivalent of dementia or hidden silent osteoarthritis. Cats are nature's absolute masters at concealing physical vulnerability. If they sit on the floor staring up at the mattress and hesitating, they aren't rejecting your love. Their aging joints are simply aching. Instead of waiting for them to try, you can build a gentle bridge. A simple set of padded pet stairs or a soft, sloping ramp placed right at the side of your bed can change everything. By offering this small grace, you might just invite that familiar healing purr back to your pillow. Yet as we trace this incredible journey from the unforgiving wild deserts all the way to the foot of your mattress, there is one final lingering piece of the puzzle, a mystery that only you hold the key to regarding the little lion sleeping in your home. We started tonight with the mystery of an empty, expensive cat bed and a tiny creature choosing to sleep on your legs instead. The truth is that long journey from the unforgiving wild deserts all the way to the foot of your mattress is a testament to the greatest magic of all, your unique bond. When they close their eyes beside you, they aren't just sleeping. They are actively choosing you as their ultimate safe haven. Every single cat is an original masterpiece with their own peculiar bedtime quirks. So I have to ask, what is the name of the little lion sleeping in your home tonight? And where is their absolute favorite spot on your bed? Please share their name and your stories in the comments below. And if your feline friend has any mysterious habits or recent changes you want decoded, let us know. We'll explore them together in our next video. Until then, rest well.